All right, I got the trailer pressure washed off, and I'm gonna work on the bearings and tires. We'll pull the lights off and just clean the corrosion, check the connections, maybe put some new lights in there, clean the lenses, and then get my truck out here, plug it in, and see just what we got electrical wise. I'm gonna have to replace that and hammer the fender back square with the trailer. No big damage to the trailer. No, not a lot of work. I got the come on. I got the boat all cleaned up and pressure washed. I got the seats off, and I'm not going to go big time on painting or purdying it up. I am going to replace the transom, and that's all the work. I don't want to put a lot of effort into this or expense because I want to be able to leave this out in the weather and not think about it until I want to go fishing. At one point, I had a very expensive bass boat with a huge motor. And the thing cost me more than a pickup truck would today. Carpet, stereo, front and rear casting deck, a fish finder. And I did more worrying about that thing, keeping the leaves out of it, making sure nobody pulled up in my yard in the middle of the night and stole it. Making sure the batteries were charged and the motor didn't, get froze, and there was so much to worry about. I honestly didn't enjoy having it as much as I enjoyed having a cheap little trailer with a boat, and that cost me all of $100 probably altogether by the time I rebuilt it. And that's what I'm looking for. Something I don't have to worry about, that doesn't require a lot of effort or time, but is there when I want to jump in it and go fishing on the bayou. And this is exactly what I need. So I'm going to get to work on this trailer now. I got it in the shop, got everything cleaned up, and that's step one. Step two is check the wiring and get the bearings and tires all ship shape, pull the trailer out, get the boat in here, and rebuild the transom. And I'll show you what I got as I go. I want to show you a little trick about getting the tire to jump up on the bead when it's misshapen or been stored flat. What's going on is, here, I'm going to put some air on this so you'll understand what I'm talking about. See, the air is going in and coming right out around the tire. The tire's not up on the bead to make a seal. Well, I'll turn this back on when the compressor goes off. Take a short piece of rope and tie a loop in the end of it. And then wrap this piece of rope around the center of the tire. Now, I'm using my iPhone camera, so I'm going to have to shut this off, set the phone down, and then do this. And what I want to do is run the other end of the rope through this loop and then tighten up on it. And what that does when you tighten up on it, it squeezes down in the center and mushrooms the sides out. I'll show you what I mean. I'll get this set up and turn this back on. I'm going to try to hold this tight and put the air on it at the same time. I need 3 hands. No, still haven't got it tight enough. I'll be back. I actually had to get a winch strap out to do this. I pulled and pulled and pulled on that rope, and I couldn't get it to mushroom out enough to hold air, to seal up and take air. So, Lord, that was a lot of work. But it's aired up and it's holding air. I got to get my air gauge and put about 30 pounds in there. All right, one down. I'm gonna do the other one now. Well, the wiring is messed up, but just up here at the front, I can have this rewired and working in just a couple of minutes. And I'm fixing to get after it. There we go, all wired up, and if I wasn't confident in this, I wouldn't have gone through all the trouble of taping it up and putting my shrink tube on there and this protective tubing that goes over it, if I wasn't certain this was going to work. And now I want to go see. Alrighty. Trailer's done. Now I may put a lick of paint on it after I get that boat all fixed up, put back together. But that's another day. I got plenty of time to do that. I may wait till spring and put it up on some sawhorses out here and repaint it. But trailer's done. It's roadworthy now. Now I got to work on getting that title back in my name, and in the meantime I'll be working on the boat. This is a 14-foot boat, not a 12-foot boat. I think I called it 12-foot earlier. Alright, I got it in my shop. And I'm fixing to get a grinder and start knocking these top of these bolts off. See if I can get that old plywood out of there. All it is 2 pieces of CDX glued together, cut into the shape of the transom. And that's all I'm going to do. It was solid as a rock years ago. I'd have put a 10-horse engine on this and not been at least a bit afraid to crank it open. So here I go. Alright, I got it loose and got the metal part of the transom off, the handles off. Now I got to pry that cross member there, that corner piece, back, lean this forward, lift it up, and I think got enough plywood over there to make another one. And I was able to save the seats. I did have to take all the padding off, but the seats are actually still usable, just not the padding, which is fine. I'll just throw a couple of one of those lifesaver cushions on the seat and we'll be all set. Alright, it's coming along. There we go. This time, when I build another one, I will be sure and put a whole bunch of sealer on it and glue it together real good, because I plan on getting a motor for this. I just had a trolling motor when I had it before, but I'm going to put a, I don't know, 6-8 horse motor back here and a trolling motor up front. Alright, let's get after it. Alright, there's the seats. I got the swivels off. They're in the shop. I got to do a little cleaning up on them. They've just got little nylon bearings in them, ball bearings, and I got to clean them up. It's got all kinds of grit and crap in them. They won't turn. And there's the padding that I pulled out. And these don't look too bad. I'll get them cleaned up. I believe you can catch catfish sitting in them without pads. Alright, I'm fixing to go to town, go to the motor vehicle department, and see what hoops they tell me I got to jump through to get this thing legal and titled in my name and a trailer registered. And then, when I do that, I got to load the boat on there and go over to the fish and game department and see what hoops I got to jump through over there to get a sticker, see if they need to put a new hull ID on it, because you can't read the old one. Alright, I'm going to town. I'm going to go ahead and upload this video, and I'll keep you posted when I get more done.
Has the boy got some money?
Well, he can provide me financial security. He wants me to be happy.
What you know is what Lawrence has told you.
his very closest friends because he wanted me to know who he was.
Right.
And he
I know it's a little dark, but I got some good news. This is just a little teaser. I traded a pistol for a Mercury outboard motor, 8 horse. So none of y'all are going to have to row. I'm getting excited now. I got the title signed, and tomorrow I'll go over there and get the trailer registered, and called the Fish and Game, and it's $23 for a sticker. We're not that far from being in the water.